There is a brand new Paladin subclass for Dungeons & Dragons, and yes, this is official from Wizards of the Coast. It is in the Heroes of Fae runebook, and it is called the Oath of the Noble Genies. Paladins who take this subclass will get their power from one of the 4 types of genies: the Dao, the Jinn, the Ifrit, or the Marids. And so now we're going to get into what the actual mechanics of it are. First things first, Elemental Smite. So this allows you to use a Channel Divinity directly after Divine Smiting. Immediately after Divine Smite, you use a Channel Divinity, so it is an extra resource pool, and that will allow you to invoke one of the following. Dao's Crush. Earth rises up around the target of your Divine Smite. The target has the grappled condition with escape DC equal to your spell save DC, and while grappled, they are also restrained. So grapple is you can't move, you have a speed of 0. Restrained is going to give you advantage to hit them, and then disadvantage to hit you, along with some other things, but that's the big one in this situation. Then you have Genie's Escape. So this one, you can teleport to an unoccupied space you can see within 30 feet of yourself and take on a semi-incorporeal form, which lasts until the end of your next turn. While in this form, you have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, and you have immunity to the grappled, prone, and restrained conditions. Also pretty solid. Again, it is a double resource. You're smiting and you're doing a Channel Divinity, but these are good. The third one, Ifriti's Fury. The target of your Divine Smite takes an extra 2d4 fire damage, and then the fire jumps from that target to another creature that you can see within 30 feet of yourself, and then the second creature also takes 2d4. This one is a little bit of extra damage, 2d4 to the main target, 2d4 to another target within 30 feet of you, but again, with the cost of the Channel Divinity, that one's a little iffy for me. Maybe at lower levels, maybe not so much at higher levels, unless they're, vulnerable to fire or something. And the final one, Marids Surge. The target of your Divine Smite and each creature of your choice within a 10-foot emanation originating from you make a strength saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failed save, a creature is pushed 15 feet straight away from you and has the prone condition. That one's pretty solid too. I like all of these as things you can add on when you smite, and they're kind of balancing it by going, well, you do have to give up another resource that you are pretty limited on. But let's move on. Then we get to the spells. So the spells that you get are pretty good with this one. Chromatic Orb, solid. Elementalism, Thunderous Smite. Thunderous Smite is pretty basic. Going to level 5, Mirror Image, pretty good. As a paladin who's already kind of hard to hit, like this is another way to kind of balance that sort of thing and make you even more difficult. Phantasmal Force, cool. Level 9, you get Fly in Gaseous Form. Pretty solid. I enjoy that. Like, you're now negating the thing where, paladins are typically grounded and you want to be able to go fight something in the air or anything like that. Well, now you can fly as a paladin. 13, Conjure Minor Elementals and Summon Elemental. Like both of those, it fits the theme really well. And then at 17, you get Banishing Smite and Contact Other Plane. I'm with all this. I especially like 9 and below. I don't typically play 13 and higher games, at least not for very long. And so those I could care a little bit less about, but hey. But that's not all you get at level 3. You also get Genie Splendor, and this opens up some possibilities here. When you aren't wearing any armor, your base armor class is 10 plus your dex plus your charisma. You can use a shield and still gain that benefit. You also gain proficiency in one of the following skills, which is acrobatics, intimidation, performance, or persuasion. The big thing here is it really lets you do a dex build and also be able to open yourself up to different things by just using your dex and your charisma for your armor. You still wield that shield, you still get the 2, so you can have a pretty good armor class without having to, take disadvantage on sneaks or succumb to some other heavy armor problems, which also lets you have to worry less about putting anything into strength. So overall, that's pretty cool. Moving on to level 7, you have Aura of Elemental Shielding. Choose one of the following damage types: Acid, Cold, Fire, Lightning, or Thunder. You and your allies have resistance to that damage type while in your Aura of Protection. At the start of each of your turns, you can change the damage type affected by this feature to one of the others listed. This is incredible. 1, that is free. That is a no action required. You can literally at level 7 just give everybody in your party that is within the range that is already getting the extra bonus to saving throws and stuff, they get a resistance to the damage type of your choice. And it's not just like, oh, you choose fire or cold. No, you get acid, lightning, and thunder too. It's very strong. This paladin is looking good. Next up, level 15, you get elemental rebuke. When you are hit by an attack roll, you can take a reaction to have the attack's damage against yourself, round down, and force the attacker to make a dexterity saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failed save, the attacker takes damage equal to 2d10 plus your charisma modifier of one of the following types. You get to choose between acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. That's the theme here. But on a successful save, they take half as much damage. So somebody goes to hit you. you have their damage, and then they need to make a save or they take 2d10 plus your charisma bonus. Not a bad reaction, especially because, again, you can change the type between all of these options. And finally, at level 20, you get the Noble Scion. As a bonus action, you gain the benefits below for 10 minutes or until you end them, which does not require an action. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. You can also restore your use of it by expending a level 5 spell slot. So you can use this, more than once. You will gain flight with a speed of 60 feet, and you can hover, which is always a really good addition. Then you get minor wish. When you or an ally in your aura of protection fails a d20 test, you can take a reaction to make you or that ally succeed instead. So at level 20, somebody fails a d20, you're like, you didn't. As a reaction, every round for 10 minutes. I'd say that's pretty good. I think this is a really fun paladin. I've seen people talk about combining it with like the Genie Warlock, Pact of the Genie. I think that this is a really, really cool addition to the subclasses. It's different. It doesn't really fit the paladin ideas that I typically have, but with 5e, a lot of those are gone anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Very cool. Enjoy this. All of the things seem like they fit the theme. They're also good. Nothing here really strikes me as like that's bad, right? They all have a place, but what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And for more Dungeons & Dragons, nerd culture, and more, make sure to subscribe to the channel, to give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below, even if it's just an emoji to help with the algorithm. Until next time, good luck in your adventures.